Hey, how you doing? Yeah, clearly that's one of ours. Thank goodness, right? That's a C-17. Is what that there is. But let's get on to some of the other aerial activity that was out there last night. See if we can't figure out what some of these are. This here doesn't look like an airplane to me. It might be. I kind of don't think so. Does sort of look like somebody going, here, you take this one, and you have this one. You got to throw a little bit of humor into these, don't you? I mean, if that is an airplane, I honestly don't understand what light would be what. I mean, anyway, moving along, check that out. Isn't that neat? Uh, could be an airplane, I guess, at a distance with some atmospheric distortion going on one of the lights on the aircraft there, but again, I don't think so. You might, and that's fine. Let me know what you think. And there was a bunch of them out there last night. I mean, if these are, wait a second, let me back this wild thing up here. I'm not very good at this. Back. There you go. If this is an airplane, okay, geez, with atmospheric distortion causing all this to go on, I don't know how this could be here with the rest of these other strange colors. Like I said, unless it's some extreme atmospheric distortion happening there, but I don't know. They just don't look like airplanes to me. I can't figure out what the lighting configuration would be. Now granted, these are, like I said, some of these are 300-400 millimeters out there, and they're mostly all 1 second time exposures here. And what I thought was interesting about this particular image here was it looks like there's like an exhaust trail, kind of going on here, which I don't know how that would, work out on on an airplane. Um, I mean, even if this was the light that was on the whole time, and then what did it do? Blink right here, and then one color and blink another color right there. Geez, I don't know. I'll be the first to admit they could be, like I said, they could be airplanes at a distance that's just, you know, causing some strange looking lighting configurations simply because they're so far away and the, you know, atmosphere is distorting the light waves and the telephoto lens is, getting some shake going on there maybe or some distortion perhaps. But geez, I just kind of don't think so. I mean, what in the world? I mean, how can that be an airplane? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just, like I said, the light just looks like this when it's at a great distance like that. And the humidity level or whatever, clouds are maybe distorting the light. And here's one here, for instance, that I just I don't see how that could be an airplane with both colors from opposite wingtips. I mean, you're supposed to have a green on the right and red on the left as far as an aircraft goes, and that just doesn't really work out very well, in this particular area right here because the wings would have to be all smunched together there in some kind of way. Um, Geez, I don't know. If they're not airplanes, then again, you gotta kind of ask yourself. There's a little bit of a enhanced version of it going on there, and you see all that other activity happening there. I mean, if that is one of the lights, if Okay, let's just say that that is the right wingtip, the green part there. Then the belly light, is a strobe, and it should be just going on and then right back off, not, you know, causing an exhaust trail and occasionally popping on the rest of the way. I mean, what's it doing right here? If this is the belly light and it's strobed right here, what in the world was it doing all this time? And what's it doing right here? You know what I'm saying? Did it like halfway go out? So I don't know. Like I said, could be an airplane, but I don't think so. And I put this one in here for a little perspective. This is, sorry, I don't have any background music. I don't know what in the world. I mean, Tyler had some really good background music in his videos, and I just don't have a clue what tune that was, but it was really good, that piano background. But anyway, I put this in here for perspective. This is 357 millimeters for 1 second. So that's what it looks like. But when you look at it up close, wow, look at everything that's going on there. That's pretty cool. I mean, I just don't think this is a strobe light. I mean, if you wanted to say, well, this is an airplane at a distance, and this is the either the belly light here on it, or the left wingtip, the red constant wingtip that's being distorted by the atmosphere. That's very possible. But if this is a strobe on the airplane here, uh, it was kind of like doing a half-assed job right there, wasn't it? And wasn't working at all down through here. So I mean, like, what's up with that? And the belly strobe kind of came on part way right there, and then sort of even less right there, and then maybe a little bit more. So yeah, I'm not buying the aircraft uh, being distorted by distance and atmosphere on that one. That's for sure. I mean, it's got to be absolutely something else. And I enhanced it right here to bring out some of what I think it might actually be. I think this is some kind of an orb, okay? And I think this is too. And they run around in pairs quite often. I mean, I've seen them two, three, four of them at a time together. And it looks like it's contracting and expanding as it goes along and just sort of doing kind of like whatever it wants to do whenever it wants to do. And right in here, you can kind of see if you would say that, want to say that this is like white hot, okay, which I kind of doubt, but just for all practical intents and purposes, if this is white hot, you can see a cooler area right here of what I think is a metamaterial that's covering as a shell on the outside of these orbs or whatever they are. And you can kind of see it here, kind of gives it that clamshell effect or look, with cooler areas being dark, and you can kind of see some light trying to come through the skin of it right there, or the shell. And then this down through here, to me, looks like it's gone into a plasmic state of being right here. And if this is in fact in focus, then that's what we're seeing. And if it's an airplane, then it's just woefully out of focus, right? So anyway, this is a lot of what I got last night. There were just it was everywhere out there. And when I first went out, man, I wish I would have had to. Geez, I turned the infrared camera on, and there was one just going pop, 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 pop everywhere. And I was like, oh crap. And I turned the other camera on, and of course, yeah, the memory card wasn't in it. It was still in the computer. And I was like, oh man, run back in, get the memory card, put it in the camera, come back out. It's not there. So that's just how it goes sometimes when you're trying to do this. They don't ask if you're ready or not, before they start doing their thing. They just kind of do their thing, and if you're lucky, you get to see them, I guess, right? And this right here uh, looks like that what I call the vortex generator here. It kind of looks like a little top or a spindle, doesn't it? I mean, but there's what it looks like when it's contracted, I think. And as it expands, for whatever reason, you get this kind of action going on. And I kind of see this, I don't know, sort of UFO angle. I mean, it always seems like when somebody sees a large UFO, they're always kind of sitting cattywampus for some reason. But I see that a lot. I get this angular direction of movement in these things quite often for some reason, which I don't understand. And I just did something here, and this thing went really large on me here. The screen did. So I don't know if you saw that or not, but anyway, let me get back to it here. We can only hope Tyler gets back here and does proper videos, right? Because man, I do a bang up job of it. But anyway, here's one that's kind of got a couple different colors going on with it throughout its little 1 second exposure there. And I don't know. Let me know what you think, because like I said, they could be airplanes at a distance, and I'm just seeing things along with my camera, which is fun for an old man like me. But anyway, if you subscribe to the channel, kind of got to wonder why, but I appreciate you actually doing that. And, thanks for watching if you did. And no matter what you're doing out there, you be sure and take care. And God bless. Thanks again. Appreciate it.